is enough said. What up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. I am not alone. I got my boy Amir from Team to Beat Miami Heat. Before we get started, guys, my boy's working at 3,000 subscribers. Please go to his channel, smash that subscribe button, because I'm sure his face would light up if he wakes up tomorrow and he hits 3,000 subscribers. How you doing, Amir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Oh, living the dream, bro. I woke up today. Every day I wake up, it's a great day, man. We got to be blessed for the little things. And I'm ready to talk Miami Heat basketball. How about you, my dude?
I am too, man. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of upset Miami Heat fans, especially on Twitter, for the lack of direction, for the lack of transactions. And they're saying we're running it back, even though I don't think we are completely, but we haven't made many moves, man, and people are pissed. So I'm
I'm
excited to
ex-
chat.
I'm excited that you said that, man. Because that's actually going to lead to the segue that I wanted to talk about. Because as I'm sure a lot of people that follow my channel follow Amir also. We've been pretty much giving you guys updates on the same thing. You know, Duncan Robinson was traded, Giannis is out there, Dame is out there, blah 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 blah. We know all the rumors and everything that's going on. But I want to talk about something that Barry Jackson from the Miami Heat posted today. Because Barry Jackson, who works directly with the team, indicated that the Miami Heat's offseason plans have been revealed. And I don't think it's going to make Miami Heat fans really happy. It's like you mentioned, man. Heat Twitter's exploding. One thing I will say about Heat fans, as much as I love and how passionate we are, we can tend to be a little impatient. So Barry Jackson's report is actually going to kill that because he basically spoke with the team and they said that they are basically looking to move forward with the youth movement team. They're looking to, as Heat fans hate the three special words, run it back for another year. And this was a quote that was posted by Barry Jackson that said, the Miami Heat's intention is to let our young guys show what they can do and see what this team looks like with Eric Spoelstra having a full training camp. With the Jimmy Butler distraction in the rearview mirror and with a first-round pick, Kasparis Jonas, added to a young core of players that the organization believes has upside. It is reasonable to expect an explanation when Miami still has 13 of the 15 players that were on the team from the 37-45 season. And after, team president Pat Riley said in May, I think we're going to have to make some changes. There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Amir, what's your response to this?
I mean, I don't think it's a full direction. Like, yes, I mean, it's kind of we're dipping our again. We're doing a blended build because we still have players like Tyler and Bam who are in their prime, who are two all-star level players that are going to carry this team to anywhere optimistically at best if these young guys pop and actually get time to develop. And Jaime comes back and bounces back, and Nico could stay healthy for once, and Kalel Ware, all NBA second rookie team, gets more minutes, goes from like 10-7 to like 15, 16-10, then we could be like a 6 seed. But like I see this team anywhere from 6 to 10, depending on injuries or whatnot and roles. But like we still have Andrew Wiggins, we still have Kevin Love, still have
Yep.
Kyle Anderson. We got Simon Fontecchio for Duncan Robinson. He's 29. He's a little bit older. Yes, the average age of this team has gone younger through adding KJ, who's only 19 years old, getting him at the 20th pick, which was a steal. But I don't buy the excuse of like the Jimmy distraction. Yeah, like I think there was some truth to that, but also they blew 17 fourth quarter leads. Like a lot of that was also without Jimmy Butler. Like I understand why they blew some of those games because they didn't have that closer in Jimmy Butler, but I don't think a full training camp is going to make this team that much better. Perhaps it could though. Andrew Wiggins only played 17 regular season games with us, so like some people want him gone. Like it feels like a lot of Heat fans think he didn't want to be on this team, and we never know. Like adding Andrew Wiggins for a full training camp, a full season, like he showed very good signs. Like and he's capable of scoring, 18, 19, 20 points per game. So I like the direction that they picked because they don't tank, and missing out on KD sucks, but he's old. It's not like we were missing out on Dame. I think that situation was a little bit worse 2 years ago because Dame was still 32, averaging 27 points per game. Um, I don't know, man. I'm just like we're just all the past mistakes the front office made in the past with asset management has built to this moment where it's a gap year because
Yeah, man. I mean, unfortunately, that's where we're at right now. I mean, we all had this excitement, especially when you're going into the off season with the Kevin Durant rumors, and then you don't know what's happening with Giannis, and then you started hearing reports about John Moran and Zion Williamson and DeMar DeRozan, and a lot of these were linked to the Miami Heat, and Heat fans were like, "Oh shit, let's see what happens, who we're gonna get," and then June 30th comes, and we get nothing, nothing,
Kashad.
like.
Kashad and Drew Smith are, Kashad to a standard, Drew Smith on a two-way. Like we added
Davion
that
Mitchell
guy.
comes back and you make a trade for Simone Fontecchio. I
Exactly.
mean, this is just a disappointing offseason if you're a Miami Heat fan. I understand that the direction is not a perfect one, but there was just one thing that I wanted this offseason for the Miami Heat to do, and I mentioned it in your channel in your episode that I was on, and that is to pick an effing direction. Figure out where you're going to go. Stop with this 1 foot in the water, 1 foot without the water. What I don't want to see is if this team is going full youth movement, and I honestly feel like they are because it was also reported by Barry Jackson that the Heat are not looking to trade Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, that they're looking to move Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier. What that is telling me is that they're waving the white flag. They didn't get Kevin Durant. Now with all this stuff that's happening with Milwaukee, they may not get Giannis. So it's like, screw it. Let's just put all of our chips for 2026. We're going to have our draft pick. There's some great prospects coming out in 2026. You're going to have a lot of cap flexibility. You're going to have young tradable assets. It didn't work this offseason. Go next offseason and see what you can do. That may suck and people may hate that. But let me remind people where we were in 2008 after only winning 15 games. And then you go to the 2008-2009 season and the 2009-2010 season, basically hovering in the middle pack of the Eastern Conference, which was very weak. You had Dwayne Wade that was playing unbelievable for 2 years, and all that Heat fans wanted was for Pat Riley to do something. You had trade talks apparently with Lamar Odom in 2010. You had rumors that were coming out with Amari Stoudemire, but nothing happened. And because you waited and because you got all the expiring contracts you did, what happened? We were able to cash all of our chips, get LeBron, Bosch, and Wade. You got Haslam, you got Mike Miller. So sometimes it's good to have gap years if you have a plan. There doesn't seem to be a huge plan in place. And NBA free agency is an effing joke. It's all done through trades. So what you're doing is you are waving the white flag and you are saying, we messed up this offseason. We didn't get our guys. Let's give this youth movement another shot and let's see what happens for the next offseason. But Barry Jackson did put a part two. And I'm going to read this for you guys because as much as Heat Twitter has given up, as much as a lot of us are ready to wave the white flag, as much as people are saying, Pat Riley's sleeping and we ain't doing shit, we're only day 3 into free agency. We just started.
It's July. Season starts
Yeah.
October 26th or whatever it is. So
We have so much more months left, you guys, and this is why Barry Jackson indicated a part two, and I'm going to read this. It says part two of the plan is to try to quickly pounce if in his a prime star or very good player becomes available in the trade market, like Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Heat admires Kevin Durant and made reported efforts to acquire him, but ultimately decided not to relinquish a half dozen collective assets. Makes sense. And it states that the Heat believes that it cannot accurately judge last season's post Butler roster because of the chaos that Butler created. It also believes that of its recent draft picks, Khalil Ware, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Pillel Larson, Yaka Jonas, all have a good chance to be really good players. And at least some of their roles will become more significant, with which it characterizes as internal change. So,
hmm.
Amir, do you think we're fooling ourselves to think that the Miami Heat can actually trade for somebody? Or do you think the Heat have a big plan in store?
I don't think we have enough. You mentioned this on my channel. The NBA hates the Miami Heat. They devalue our assets. No one wants Tyler Hero. They don't think he's good enough. They don't think Hawkes is good enough. They don't think these like Kalel. Yeah, I think they saw the upside on Kalel. Where out of all the players on our team, like him and Nico are the ones that are that are unique. You can find a Pella, you can find a Jaime. They're 6'5" shooting guard, small forward, wing type players that are hustle players. Like you could replace those guys, like but Nico could be a unicorn as that 6'10" point forward type guy. Kalel Ware, a two-way monster who has a shooting touch, rim protection. Like he's 21 years old. Like he just turned 21. Like the guy like is still possibly growing. Like obviously he needs to hit the weight room. So those guys I think are valuable versus the other guys.
Mhm.
But even so, it's like I don't think we have enough to get Giannis unless we trade Bam. If you're
Yeah.
getting Giannis, you're trading Bam, you're gutting your team to the point where like sure, like you're getting Giannis, our team will be better theoretically, but we're going to be in a similar position. We're not going to be a top 3 team in the East. We might be like a top 5 team in the East, like perhaps or 6. But you have to give up. You have to give up Bam or Tyler, one and everybody else. So you lose all of your depth. You lose all of your picks, and then we're back to square one. So I don't think we're going to get anybody like a Giannis or an Anthony Edwards or any of those other types of players now. I think what we're planning to do is we are in the middle. We're good enough to make it in the play in because we have Tyler and Bam, like I've mentioned before. But let's hope that our assets increase in value and improve their trade value. So Kalel played 22 minutes a game last year. If we're doing a youth development and he's our starter, he's playing 32 minutes, 10 more minutes per game
Yeah.
minimum. Jaime's role decreased, injuries, sophomore slump, whatever. He went from 26 minutes his rookie year to 22.
Popping the wrong cheeks.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that might be true. So give him 28 minutes again, right? Like he was like you can't give him 20 Nico 25 minutes. That was the most in his career. Give Nico 32. Give these guys
Yeah.
more minutes, show what they can do, improve their value. Hawkes has a bounce back year. Nico has a bounce back year. Kalel Ware becomes a stud. Then when someone becomes available, like Giannis, who theoretically hasn't requested a trade yet, which is insane that he hasn't because that franchise is pretty much done. Like that, literally that wave and stretch, 23 million for the next 5 years for Dame alone is going to hurt this team because the other 25 is coming for Miles Turner. That's 50 million between those two players and
Yep.
55, 60 from Giannis. Like 110 million is from 3 players and only 2 of them are on your team. So
Yeah.
if he becomes available and then you got Kalel Ware like midway through the season, averaging somehow 19 and 10, couple blocks, then that becomes more valuable, right? You got
Yeah.
Nico averaging like 17 points a game, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. I think that's the direction. That's what they're hoping for. We're going to give them more time. Let's see if any of these guys can pop and blossom and gain confidence because half of basketball is confidence, right? And work ethic. Let's see if they get a full offseason training camp with each other, a defined role, more minutes, more opportunity, more control. Like Nico needs the ball in his hands. Like
Yeah.
he can't just be. We saw him when he started like 2 seasons ago. He would start and he would just stand in the freaking corner and catch and shoot 3. Like that's not his value. He needs the ball in his hands. He needs to be in transition. So I think that's what they're doing. Let's just be another middling team this year. See what happens. See if someone can pop and see if we can make a move. You said free agency's dead. It basically is, but you
Yeah.
never know. We might be able to get some solid role players on this team next year through the flexibility of having cap space, right? And
Mhm.
then maybe those guys increase their value and you trade them, and then we get a third star for Bam and Tyler, like a De'Aaron Fox,
Yeah.
like someone who's younger in their like late 20s, which would make more sense than an aging superstar. So
Yeah.
that's what I think.
I mean, some good news that I'm reading here that Barry Jackson reported is that the Miami Heat are not looking to do what Milwaukee did with Dame Lillard with Terry Rozier. They're not going to wave and stretch him.
Good.
They're looking to either trade him or keep him next year. So I'm really proud of that. Yeah, I'm really proud of that. But I just want this team to pick a direction. Like if you're going with a youth movement, fine, go youth. Contact the Lakers and see if you can get Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent for Andrew Wiggins. Is that a bad trade? Probably, but they're both expiring in 2026. Try to see if you can move Kyle Anderson for maybe a future first round pick swap or even the second round pick. Try to see what the value is for Haywood Highsmith. Get a second round pick for him.
Yep.
I mean, you know, like you have to shed as much cap as possible, especially for 2026. If you're one of these a lottery place team, I mean the Heat, they're not going to be one of the worst five teams in the NBA. They're going to contend for the play-in. We know that. But I mean, you can get the 10th worst record and you can bump up to a top 3 pick. We've seen it happen. So I mean, I just think what the Miami Heat need to do right now is look at their finances, keep their numbers in order. Do not take contracts that go longer than 2026. I'm happy they didn't bring back Duncan. Did that suck? Sure. But I didn't want to give Duncan a 3-year contract and get us in a hole. Like Kevin Durant, trading for Kevin Durant, that would have been great, but now you have to give him a 2-year extension, which I'm sure he's going to be getting with Houston. That locks you up. I mean, I just want this team to have flexibility and I want them to pick a direction. So before we close out, one more thing I want to ask you, because one of the reasons why my channel blew up a few years ago was Damian Lillard, and we're in full circle. The Miami Heat have been rumored to potentially bring Damian Lillard to this roster. Now we know Damian Lillard is not going to be playing for most of the 2026 season, and he was bought out. He was waived and stretched, so he will be making about $23 million per season for the next 5 years. So he's going to be getting paid pretty good. So the Miami Heat, they do have a $14.1 million mid-level exception. They also have a $5.1 million biannual exception. Plus, they have the minimum contract for Damian Lillard. Should be about $3.3 million. I think the Miami Heat should definitely see. They were one of the 4 teams rumored to be interested in Damian Lillard. I would have no problem giving Damian Lillard a 3-year contract with a team option for the 3rd year to have him, rehab the first year, then come back next season. So that way you can have all the cap space, your 2026 pick. And then for the 2027 season, you can have Damian Lillard back. Is he going to be Dame Dollar, Dame Time? Maybe not, but he's definitely going to give you an added boost. So I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it for the vet men. Like if we could lock him up for like a 2-year or 3-year deal for $10 million or whatever, something small. I don't know if he'd be willing to take something that small, even though he is making.
What about the
22.
biannual contract? What about a 3-year, $15 million contract, and the 3rd
Yeah.
year is a player option?
Yeah, for sure. Hunter, I would do that for sure. Yes, he's 34 or 35, I believe. By the time
he'll be 35 in September.
He'll be 35, but then by the time he would play the following season, he would be like 36 years old, because I'm assuming he's out for the entire year because he got that injury so late, and because he's older, so it might take more time. He had the blood clot issue too, which came up, but like luckily he got past that. But that's the thing. Will he be the same? No, but was he averaging 25.7 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting almost 40%, like 38% from 3?
Right.
Like as a down year for him, like still, like, is he going to come back the same? Probably not. But like, is he the type of guy whose game is going to actually age well because he's a freaking sniper who could shoot from freaking half court?
Yep.
Yes. Like he could still average like 18, 19 points like per game as your 3rd option. Like we don't need him to come in as your number 1. One, he can mentor KJ. One, he can mentor Davion Mitchell, who's still 26, young, who signed a multi-year deal. So I would love that, to have him come off. Would he come off the bench at that point? Because like him and Tyler would be so good offensively together, but defensively would be like so detrimental. But we could worry about that in the future. The only thing is, how do we get him? Because we have 15 players. Do we waive? Who do we
Bye Rozier. Bye Rozier. I mean, if you're bringing him, then yeah. I mean, look, man, I think the Heat are going to buy out Rozier. I really think the Heat are going to. The Heat right now, they're trying to move him. They're trying to move him to see what team wants an expiring contract. You may find a team that wants it. But I think that the Heat are not going to find a trade partner. And now, if they're not going to get Dame, they'll keep Rozier. But I think they're going to try to work out a buyout, because Rozier, if he's bought out, now a team doesn't have to give him all that money. They can just give him the minimum so he can be a role player, help them contend. He does give you a little bit of offensive spark, even though he's trash. But still, I could definitely see a team have interest in him if he becomes available in the open market. So yeah, I would definitely think that. But Amir, I want to thank you so much for jumping on, man. Guys, please don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Team to be Miami Heat. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Anything you want to close off with, Amir?
All good on my end, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate the
And
time as always.
anytime. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.